What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Noob Gaming Zero, and I just recently got my hands on a code from one of my friends who had a friend's code for the beta to Infinite Warfare, which I'm got to play around with a little bit. I spent a couple games playing, getting a basic feel for how the game plays and what it's all about. So, let me preface this by telling you guys I've been with Call of Duty pretty much since the inception, from the World War II era to now. And honestly, you guys, this game, I'm just going to get right into it. The gameplay itself is pretty solid. It's a solid game for a shooter. I think, well, actually, I really do feel like if they would have went with a different name, maybe started a different franchise, maybe using these gameplay mechanics and all the pretty little spectacle of the whole gameplay, I think it would have done really, really well with a certain audience. Now, but since it is got Call of Duty tagged to it, we have to rate it like a Call of Duty game and go in with thinking, the Call of Duty mindset, which honestly, you guys, Call of Duty, in my opinion, has pretty much died. It's not a juggernaut that it used to be, and the only reason I'm getting this is just so I can play the remaster for Call of Duty 4, which you guys can find me on. And I'm going to play on Xbox One because my shooters, I have to have the Xbox controller. It's a little, I guess, a little niche thing I have to have because I can't play shooters very well using this controller. Sticks are too, I don't know, it's something different about the sticks. But anyway, I cannot wait for that game. That game I know I'm going to enjoy, I'm going to have fun with. But we're going to talk about this first. As I was saying, like, the gameplay is really good. Like, it's smooth, it's fluid. I mean, it's everything you would expect from a Call of Duty game. You get in there, you start shooting things up, you're sprinting, you're throwing grenades, you're just having a good time. And then someone jetpacks and runs on the wall, and then it reminds you that Call of Duty is not Call of Duty anymore. Excuse me. To me, they messed up, I think, by forcing the future stuff on us as players. A lot of us do not want it, and it's really evident in this beta. Like, the beta itself is not that many people in it. The games were sparsely populated. We would get in games of just be 3-on-3 when they couldn't find enough players to fill out a team. And it sort of bodes ill, I think, for Call of Duty or Infinite Warfare in particular. I don't think people are gonna really latch on to it because it's just too much. It's just too much. You're running around, you see robots. I mean, people start shooting at you with plasma bullets. Like, I think at this point, it's safe to say you should just drop the Call of Duty name and just maybe, like I said, start you a franchise using the future tech, because, I mean, there is an audience out there that likes this stuff. I know there is. I'm not going to say there's not. But I'm not one of those people. This isn't my type of gameplay. It's not my type of game. Now, with that being said, though, I feel this game is a decent game itself. It is a decent game. I can judge this game for what it is, and I think when it comes out, I mean, right in its state right now, in the beta state, I give it a solid 6. If I had to give it a rating, it's a 6. There's no more, no better. Some of the stuff I loved about this game, I loved the M4 was back. I mean, of course, it's got a weird, crazy name that they have to give it, but sorry. It's got the M4, which is one of my all-time favorite weapons in the Call of Duty series. It's a great gun, but at the same time, it feels heavily underpowered in this game, as opposed to, like, if you use one of the what was it? There was the little plasma shooter that shoot little blue bullets. I found it was a little bit stronger. So there is some balancing issues that I feel needs to be addressed for this game going forward. Like, I realize this is a beta, and I hope that they do see this and they do make a lot of changes with the gun balancing, because right now the guns are highly imbalanced. I mean, you can see some of the shots in here. I mean, snipers are, I'm a fan of snipers, I'm not gonna lie. Snipers are awesome in this game. It's one shot, one kill pretty much. But with that being said, they are could use a little balancing in themselves, I believe, because it's one thing. I understand chest shots, yeah, one shot, one kill, but if you hit somebody in the leg and they drop them in a hit, I think that's when we need to look into some balancing there. But other than that, the snipers were very solid. It didn't feel too overpowered. Pull it up to the side end, it took a little, there was a delay, I'm not going to lie, there was a big delay. And I think I do use a sniper in this video, and maybe you can see that, which is perfectly fine. The delay is fine. It does add a little bit of balance to it. And some other things I like, I love that they brought the Vector back. The Vector is amazing in this game. It is well, I should say it was my favorite weapon within the game that I actually ended up using mostly throughout my gameplay periods. And yeah, I just flashed myself. That was awesome. But one thing that did surprise me, that really just gave me a stiffy, I was like, oh yes, when I looked at the guns and I unlocked it was the P90. And anyone that knows me knows the P90, that's my shit. I love the P90. I used it quite a bit, but like I said, I still fell back to the Vector just because the P90 felt a little underpowered as opposed to the Vector. Now I imagine if I used it and got like FMJ and stuff like that, because the perks in this game and the attachments, they're on point. I did like a lot of stuff they were bringing back, like FMJ. You have you got laser sights. There's just so much in this game like they brought back from you know, from previous Call of Duty entries. And the perks, the perks were pretty standard perks, honestly. It's what you can be expecting in Call of Duty nowadays, I guess. It's the pretty much baseline perks. I mean, there was some pretty cool gadgets. I like the Cyro mines, I guess is how you say it, or Cairo mines. Anyway, it froze them. Those were really cool. I enjoyed those. I love the tech, like some of the tech, like the future tech. But what kills me is just, I think it's the wall running and the jetpacks. It just takes me out of the immersion. It's just not fun to me. So that's sort of what killed my gameplay experience. Like, but I sort of went in knowing, after, you know, from Advanced Warfare to now, that I knew this game probably wasn't going to be my cup of tea. But I wanted to make an impressions video for you guys, because I know there's some of you out there that do like this game, and I mean, I can understand why. You're gonna get a good shooter. It's fast, it's hectic, and it has some fun factors. I mean, there was some games I was just enjoying myself. It was genuinely fun. I'm sorry. So I think the people who do like this game, they're gonna love this game. They know what they're going into. Now, with that said, if you get this game, like the new generation of Call of Duty players, if they get the deluxe edition, they jump into Call of Duty 4 with some of us veterans, I don't know if they're gonna realize how to play the game, because it's a big change. And that's what I'm looking forward to, just that classic run and gun, just plain enjoyment. And I should talk about this map in particular. I think it's called Frontier. This by far was my favorite map. Of all the maps you played in the beta, this was my favorite, just because it was small and condensed and created some hellacious gameplay. Everybody was going all over the place, bullets were flying, bodies were dropping. It was fun. I had the most fun on this map. And also, I failed to mention a while ago, I was using there it is, throwing knife. They have brought throwing knives back, which is a big win in my book. I love the throwing knife. I'm not good with them. I haven't used them in forever, so you have to bear with me. I never got a kill with one, but I did try. It was fun trying. And that's all this was. It was just fun, and I think that's what it was meant to be for. I mean, Call of Duty has lost its flair, so maybe when Call of Duty 4 comes out, the remaster, I'm hoping enough dedicated player base from the old days will pick it up, and we can all have a great time on it, because to me that's been my favorite shooter hands down in pretty much ever, because Call of Duty 4 set the bar for me for shooters for a long time. So I'm eager to get back into that, and I will have hopefully some gameplay of that. I'm not sure. The Xbox recording is pretty dumb in my opinion, so I don't know if I'll be able to get any gameplay. I may play around with some features, but let me know. I mean, I'm interested in what you guys say. Are you guys gonna pick up Infinite Warfare, or are you gonna just hold off? Because that's something I would like to know. Because judging from the beta, it just don't seem like many people pre-ordered, because there was not a many, population within the beta, because I don't know, it just took a while to find games, and when you did, sometimes they were full and sometimes they wasn't. But yeah, that's pretty much my 2 cents about Infinite Warfare. It's a decent game. It's mindless fun. It's not Call of Duty, not to me anyway. I think it should have been launched as a different franchise, maybe. Activision, I think, would have benefited more from that, and just had a dedicated team to like a future style game. But with that said, I don't think I'm going to be playing this at all when it launches. I'm not online. I'm going to play the story definitely, but online I'm not going to even touch it, because I didn't find it. I mean, I found some fun aspects, but not enough to just grip me and keep me. So that's pretty much all I got to say on Infinite Warfare for now. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, if the ones that do like it. And this has been Noob Zero Gaming, and I am signing out. Take care, you guys.